What is going on, everybody? Grayson here from Poke Profit. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a couple sealed investments and also a lot of the top special illustration rares in Pokemon. And it's definitely good news, in my opinion, if you are an investor in a lot of slabs. And we'll get into that later on in the video. Starting off, though, I wanted to bring up 151 loose packs. These are now up to around $18 USD on TCG Player. A month ago, these were sitting around $15.60. And I think it's only a matter of time before these get to 20 plus. And that's definitely a good sign for people who own 151. I could see these in the future being $30, $40 packs. No surprise there once we reach that level. Will it be in 2026? Maybe not. It might be a 2027, 2028, maybe even 2029. But I do have confidence we will get there. The other thing too, Prismatic Evolutions packs, these are up to around $11.30 on TCG Player. A month ago, these were sitting around $8.60 on TCG Player. If you guys live in Canada, walmart.ca, they still have the, I believe it's the poster collections, poster binder, $30.92 Canadian plus tax. When you do the math, you convert it, it comes out to like $8.50, $9 USD. I think it's close to like $8.50 though USD per pack. So pretty solid price per pack, especially if you're running a rip and ship or you just want to open some prismatic. I know people all of 2025, they were complaining, couldn't find prismatic at MSRP. It's literally sitting on Walmart, guys. So there's absolutely no excuse anymore. And I still see the odd person, get upset and complain. But if you live in Canada right now, you can literally go buy, I was going to say as many as you want. I mean, they limit it to 4, but you can just put in another order and just keep ordering. So there you go. Prismatic MSRP, or the new MSRP, I guess, in Canada, still available. I think it's only a matter of time though too, kind of relating this to 151 before we see Prismatic get to 20, 30, $40 a pack. Probably won't be this year. I think that's unlikely. We're probably going to see more Prismatic come to market in 2026, but 2027, 2028, it's definitely very likely. So if you're buying right now at $8 a pack and they're $30, $35 in a few years, you're going to make pretty solid gains on your money. And the other prismatic item I did want to bring up, the regular ETB is now selling for $144, $145 on TCG Player. I thought these were going to MSRP. I thought these were going to be $60 a regular ETB, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Very, very odd. Like, so many smart people on the internet told me it was going to happen. Hasn't happened yet. I don't know. Very, very weird. And then finally, Phantasmal Flames. Wanted to throw this in the video. These are basically $300 booster boxes on TCG Player all day, every day. Sure, couple lower sales, like $284 there. There might be shipping on top of it, but $299.97, $299.99 all day long. I don't actually see a sale over $300 yet, but I imagine with tax and stuff, people are paying well into the 300s at this point on Phantasmal. We're going to talk about the Charizard, the Mega Charizard X SIR here in a minute, because very impressive over the past month. That card has been on an absolute run. But before we talk about a lot of those SIRs, did want to jump in here and say, if you guys enjoy the content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, helps out a ton, getting these videos pushed out to more people. Also, a bunch of useful links in the description. We do have the market spreadsheet, which we did the SIR update today. That's kind of why we're going to be talking about this. Mentorship program and consultation calls if you want to work with me in my network this year. And then also affiliate links, eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville. If you guys are shopping, free and easy to use, you just click on the link before buying things. I'll get a small percentage of that sale at no extra cost to you. So it helps out the channel, free and easy to use. Thank you guys so much for the support. Getting into the SIRs, the one thing I want to bring up before we get into the SIRs is obviously Ascended Heroes. The reason for this is if you go look at the top 20 SIRs now that are out, and obviously this is now spanning across the Scarlet and Violet era and also the Mega Evolution block, but there are a lot of Ascended Heroes cards on this list. The most notable, the Mega Gengar EX, is the second most expensive SIR currently out, sitting around $900. The Umbreon, which we'll look at here in a second, is actually selling close to $1,100 at this point. Mega Dragonite EX, that's $570 all day long. The Pikachu EX, the first of the two Pikachus, this is $526 as well. I guess I can show you guys just a little bit better illustration. I don't think this should be a $500 card. I think it's a great artwork. It's a little bit plain. It's a Pikachu as well. I imagine this is going to come down a decent amount. A lot of these cards, obviously, are going to lose value as more Ascended comes to market. But to have, I think it's 8 cards. 1, 2, 3. Pikachu number 2 is 4. Team Rocket's Mewtwo 5. Clefairy 6. For Alligator 7. So 7 cards. I think I did that right. In the top 20 from Ascended Heroes. That's a massive deal. Like, this set really is a game changer, in my opinion. So if you can get Ascended cheap, I would probably recommend pre-ordering some. I mean, start building your positions. My goal with Prismatic last year was just DCA. Anytime I could get some on a reprint or restock, whatever, I was adding to my position. Ascended, it's going to be the same plan. And I don't care if I'm early. I want in, let's say, 2030, 2031, 2032, to have a very large position in the set. I think that just on face value, looking at the cards, it's an absolute no-brainer. A lot of people are talking about the pull rates being very difficult. That's great too, in my opinion, when it comes to the investment. Obviously, for people trying to open packs and chase cards, not the best thing in the world, but I don't know, maybe it kind of is a good thing too, because then cards retain their value, and a lot of collectors, even if they don't want to admit it, they want their cards to have some level of value. So Ascended Heroes, I'm definitely planning to build a position early, and then any restock just to add more there. Now, showing you the Umbreon, I did want to bring this up. A lot of the Scarlet and Violet era SIRs, we had been tracking them over the past, I'd say 2-3 months. They were getting hit very hard. A lot of these top cards now are starting to find some support and actually moving back up a little bit. The Umbreon EX, this was kind of all over the place, but recent sales now, $1,050, $1,100. We actually have a PSA 9 here that sold for $1,445. That's interesting. The Mega Gengar, a lot of these cards, not a ton of sales data yet. The set released a week ago, around that. Maybe it was a little bit longer. And I think some of these on TCG Player, 5 sales, maybe 7, 8, 9 sales. Not too many there. The Mega Charizard XEX, I do want to talk about this one. This has performed very well over the past couple months. This was sub $500 late December. We're now sitting around $630. When I was doing my end of week market update video yesterday, there were multiple copies of this card selling over $1,000 on eBay. And I have no clue why. I didn't include them in the video. To me, they just seemed way too high, especially considering on TCG Player, multiple sales in the $650, $700 range. But when you look at the dollar absorption on TCG Player for this card in particular, over the past 28 days, over $100,000. I think it was about $115,000. That's obviously taking market price, multiplying it by the amount of near mint copies that sold. There's clearly a little bit of a flaw in that, right? Because not every single card is going to sell at market price. But when you look at the average, in theory, it should be close to that. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of Charizards moving, ton of value in this card. It's great to see. It's not just this card, though. And even outside the Ascended Heroes ones, if we go back to the top 20 here and look, the Mew EX, I didn't actually open this, but we can take a look at this now. This was a card that I think for like 3 months in a row was actually losing value, getting hit very, very hard. And you can see here around the 480 range early January, it kind of hit its bottom around $480. We're now trading back over 500 again. Recent sales actually pushing as high as 550. The most recent sale from today at 500, but before that, 550, $536 approximately, 495. I would say a solid average is maybe like 510, 515 at this point. Keep an eye on the Mew EX. Also, when we look at the Greninja EX from Twilight Masquerade, I think the Charizard as well from 151, the Pikachu from Surging Sparks. We'll take a look at all of these really quickly. The Greninja 3-month chart doesn't look great, down 21%. The past month, it's only down 2.79%. It's getting close to a bottom, in my opinion. I can't imagine this is going to go too much lower, especially with a lot of these other cards, like the Bubble Mew, like the Pikachu, the Charizard from 151. If we go to the near mint chart here, go 1 month, you can see up a percentage point, which isn't a huge deal, but this is telling me I can't imagine this card's going to get much cheaper. And still, in a PSA 10, this card is selling for like $1,100, $1,200 all day long. So it's not like it should be $150, $175 card. considering the gem rate of it. I think this is a fair price to be paying for it. Would I invest in something with this high of a pop? I personally wouldn't, but I know a lot of you guys out there, you're absolutely fine with that. So if you own a lot of these cards, I think you're going to be in for a decent Q1 in 2026. And the Pikachu, the last card I really wanted to bring up in this video, it's getting close to 250, but it's starting to level out a little bit. It's actually up 0.85% over the past 28 days, and decent volume. I mean, you have some sales too, close to like 280, 290, but I'd say the majority of recent sales, 250 all day long, maybe 255. This is a good sign too. I think if you own this card, I wouldn't worry about this dropping any lower. If we get more surging on the market, sure, it's possible. But when I look at a lot of these other cards, the Greninja, I can't imagine we're going to get much more Twilight. Charizard from 151, same deal. I mean, the packs are up to 17, almost $18. I think these are going to continue to climb because we're at the end of the life cycle for 151. That is the reality. If you guys are thinking about building a position, I still think that 151 is going to be a decent investment over the next couple of years, even if you're paying up for the booster bundles or, I don't know, even the ETBs. Those I feel a little bit less great about, which maybe that's a bit contradictory because when we look at the annualized ROI of products like the ETBs compared to booster bundles, the ETBs tend to outperform, but I don't know if there's going to be a point in the future where these ETBs hit $400 or $500. I look at Hidden Fates, those have definitely slowed down a lot, and different era, different print cycles, I get it, but I just feel there's a certain point where we're going to look at ETBs and go, maybe this isn't the best place to put our money. They could probably keep going. I mean, 151 ETBs, could they be $1,000 one day in the future? Potentially, for sure. I mean, you look at Generations, that's pushing 2K now. Even Dragon Majesty, those are like $900. So I think it's possible. I just think that there's probably going to be better places to put your money, even in 151, whether it's in the loose packs, whether it's in the booster bundles. Heck, you could probably throw in like Blooming Waters here and maybe even a couple other products. So that's how I'm looking at 151. But if you don't have any exposure, I think it's still going to be a decent investment over the next couple of years. So I wouldn't really worry, even if you're paying up now compared to what you could have got it for 18 months ago, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure that's all I wanted to get to in this video. Let me take another look at the top 20 cards. Another thing I did want to point out really quickly, the Zekrom EX from Black Bolt, this is over $200 now, which it was trading in like the 185, 190 range there for a minute. Yeah, 190 back in January. Now pushing over 200 again. If we get more Black Bolt in the future, will this come back down? Probably, I would imagine, but I don't know how much Black Bolt and White Flare we're going to get. The reality is there's a decent amount of supply of the sealed products still out there in the world. When we look at the ETBs, White Flare, I think there's over 1,000 still, below a 20% leg up. Black Bolt, we're talking like 900 ETBs. If you guys watch all my videos, you know I think there's probably a couple months for you still before you should start really considering buying Black Bolt and White Flare. But yeah, it's definitely a set I have on my radar. A lot of people talk about the opening experience. Great artworks too, by the way. Like beautiful Zekrom card. I don't think anyone's contesting that. And then obviously the BWR cards, the Victini, the Zekrom, the Reshiram, those are absolute gold. And I know those are in different sets. But yeah, pretty much everything I wanted to bring up in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are watching the Super Bowl, I'm recording this during the halftime show. Let me know what the Pokemon ad is like. What you guys think about it. I'm probably going to try and find it on YouTube once I finish editing. So hopefully it's a big announcement. And with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.